It's me, Chelsea Rose, also known as Lucid Rose, and this is a project update. I have quite a few projects happening at the moment, and I wanted to tell you guys about them. This one behind me here is a painting I did for Carissa, and this project's been really fun. This is going to be the first of a few different paintings, a series of paintings on vinyl records, and it was based off of a pen and ink illustration that I did in my sketchbook. Let's see if we can find it here closer to show you. As you might be able to tell, it is a ghost lady holding a candle, and there are wraiths that have skulls. There are wraiths with skulls for faces, yeah, she liked that illustration enough that we started on her commissioned vinyl record paintings. And I'm all done. Here it is. Quite different from the original drawing, huh? And that's what happens. I mean, that does tend to happen. You know, you draw a concept sketch and then things evolve once you're actually painting it. And I'm really happy with the evolution of this piece. You know, Carissa had some really great ideas. She had me put in a little spider that is dripping off of the little candle holder, and she had me make these skulls super fancy. Look at all the jewels that come off of their eyelashes, and each one has a little jewel in its third eye area. But yeah, I had a blast painting this. It went through quite a lot of transformation and process, and I really wanted to get rich highlights and shadow for this to really portray candlelight. And one of the things that I really liked in the end that I did was putting this blue ectoplasm that she kind of glows with all around her, and then kind of matched it to like the ectoplasm-y weird stuff that is coming off of the wraiths. Little trails. So I'm really excited about this painting. I can't wait to ship it off to Carissa. I'm really excited. I can't wait for this to be in her collection, and I'm excited about starting the next one in her series. So that's a fun project I'm working on right now. I think I could probably show you. I don't think I've actually inked it, so it might actually be really difficult to see. But here is, I think, the next one we're going to do. This is a little concept sketch, so I haven't even had time to ink yet, but it's one of my third eye creature ladies, and she has a very fancy hair updo. Ooh. She's very fancy hair updo with little skulls in there, and she has some bat wings, like a bat wing collar. So I think that might be the next one in the series for Carissa, because she likes the kind of gothy, skully, dark, creepy cute kind of vibe. I really started getting my groove on with the creepy cute with last year's Drawloween, and I'm really excited that Halloween and Drawloween are coming up very soon, so I have some devious plans for that. And then what's next? Oh, I had a very sweet, touching, recent commission. A kind lady sent a message to me on my Facebook page, and she said that she had some really sad news. Apparently she had a beautiful baby husky puppy, and it got sick and passed away. And she had the most touching story. She said that her and the puppy would sit and watch my YouTube videos when it was sick. And I mean, just, oh, that's just so sad and so sweet at the same time. And anyway, long story short, she wants to commemorate her fallen puppy by putting its ashes in a teapot that I've painted. Isn't that amazing? I love the idea, and I just feel so honored. Her only stipulation was that I would in some way incorporate the fact that her puppy had, you know, that beautiful, neat thing that some of those huskies do, with they have two different colored eyes. So that's what she wanted me to incorporate. Here is the teapot that I painted for her. So this side I did the eye in a bright blue. And then on this side, I did the eye like a golden yellow. And that is how I painted the teapot. And I had a lot of fun doing it. I think it's the sweetest idea. I'm just honored, seriously honored. And I hope she loves it, and I hope she understands how much such a project means to me. I kind of tried to imagine that this spirally design with eyeballs was kind of the essence or soul of her sweet little puppy that will be contained herein. And there's also a little matching cup. One side, again, blue for the blue eye and yellowy gold for the other. Little matching teacup. See inside too. Just the sweetest, awesomest. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. I swear, I don't know what I'd do without your support and your engagement and everything. It means a lot to me. And I want to show you 2 tattoo concepts I'm doing. I'm working on 2 different tattoo commissions for some people's, some sweet souls here. This one is kind of an abstract concept, and it's supposed to kind of come off the shoulder and wrap around the back. And this is actually going to be kind of a continuation for this client. She has a tattoo over in this vicinity, and then all of these little tendrils will kind of link up to that and continue to wrap around her back. So that's kind of my signature spirally, planty, flowery, whimsical, doodly stuff that she wanted. And I'm also working on this commission for another client, and she wants a deer goddess that she wants to put on her shoulder. So this is kind of a concept that I've gotten so far. Next step is scanning this into Photoshop and probably just chopping my favorite half and maybe mirroring it and then doing some different changes and seeing what she likes best. But this is the initial concept. She was like, I want a deer, a very feminine deer, but I want big, beautiful antlers because they represent the drawing. They're almost like antenna, drawing celestial energy down into the earth and pushing back. I thought that was just a beautiful concept. She had all of this information about deer as a totem animal, and I'm just really excited to honor her wishes and make something that will be put on her forever. That's crazy if you think about it, guys. I mean, I've done quite a few little tattoo designs. I've also just had people contact me saying, hey, by the way, like years ago I found your drawing on the internet and I just loved it, and I tried to find you and I couldn't find you, but I got it tattooed anyway, and now I've found you and I'm really sorry, but here it is and I hope you like it. And I'm just like, that's pretty awesome and kind of crazy that my art is on people forever. I mean, it's, you know, this is my own art design, and you can't really see it very well, but that's on me forever. But I feel like it's not that crazy because it's my art. I am my art. It's on me. But to have my art on others, to kind of in a way transform onto other people, I mean, it's just kind of amazing and awesome. And I'm excited to do more tattoo commissions. So I have 2 murals that have taken a while to kind of come to fruition. Well, at least really one has taken like months and months. The other one's actually been pretty quick. Anyway, one of the murals I think I've talked to you guys about before. It's a giant blue goddess creature lady kind of meditating, and then there's like kind of a Portland cityscape behind her. And I'm going to be doing that on the wall of a local yoga shop or yoga facility. And finally got the go-ahead. They're doing some small repairs to the wall itself, and then I should be able to start painting sometimes next month. So I'm really excited about that. This is a newer one, a new mural commission. I actually met these sweet patrons at the open house for the bedroom mural I did for a gentleman, and I don't know if you guys saw that video, but it was the tree goddesses mural in the bedroom. So there was an open house because he has murals all throughout his house, and I met these people that were his friends, and they said, hey, we are about to purchase our first home, and we'd love to have you draw us up something that we could put on our back fence, kind of our entryway through the alley, so that when we arrive at home, it just reminds us of dark romanticism and whimsical wonderfulness. And I was like, yes, oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. And they were specifically enthralled with some of my recent rose eyeball things. I don't know if you've noticed, I draw like a lot of eyeballs in roses lately, and they really liked that, which would fit in with her husband's interest in Alice in Wonderland. But she said she was especially inspired by and loved Hans Christian Andersen's tale, The Snow Queen. And I had never read that, so I had to read it, and it was freaking, like, just mind-blowing. Honestly, I feel Hans Christian Andersen's writing is just so much more poetic and juicy and weird than, honestly, Lewis Carroll's. And Lewis Carroll, I mean, Alice in Wonderland has been like my Bible, essentially, since I was a kid, and has had a huge influence on me personally, and I really wish I had discovered Hans Christian Andersen. You know, I mean, I've always known the name, and I know, you know, he initially penned The Little Mermaid, and it's pretty dark, actually, and all of that, but I never really stopped and took time to, like, read one of his stories through. And anyway, super inspiring, and I ended up drawing the Snow Queen, or my interpretation of the Snow Queen, who to me just is the embodiment of winter. And then I have a castle in the background and some eyeball roses. And I feel like all of those three things are a common denominator between Alice in Wonderland and the Snow Queen. Alice in Wonderland had a queen who was kind of crazy intense, and you know, they both had castles, and they both did have roses as an element in the story. So this is my concept sketch for it. It's just pencil so far, so you can't really see it too well, but over here is the Snow Queen, and she has a crown of bare branches, and her wand or staff is kind of similar, and I plan on painting her in cools and, like, you know, blues and lavenders and things like that, and then her hair sweeps through the piece kind of like a cold breeze, and I'll put little bits of snow and stuff that kind of get introduced. But over here, you can see I have my eyeball flowers kind of here and the castle. So in this quadrant of the mural, it will be mostly warms. And so there'll be a big, nice contrast between the coolness of the Snow Queen and the warmness of kind of the Wonderlandy feel. Anyway, that's the concept. I actually just finished it this Friday and turned it into the client. I haven't heard their response yet, so you know, we'll see. We'll see how they feel about it. But I'm pretty excited about the way the concept sketch came out, and it was my first sketch, so really there's room for changes and improvement, and sometimes that's the best. Like Carissa, with this vinyl record, I love that, you know, she's an artist, she has an eye for things, and she was not afraid to be like, hey, why don't we add like these elements to it? And honestly, I think it made a more dynamic painting. So I think feedback, constructive criticism is extremely valuable. So anywho, what else? What other projects? See, I told you guys, there's a lot of projects, right? I was having a slow day at work. Hopefully nobody, none of my authority figures of my job end up watching this, but I had a slow day at work. And near the end, I came up with an idea for a comic book. And I know I've talked to you guys about ideas for comic books before, but this one I really genuinely feel like I could probably like run with and create something with. And I even started some sketches. Like I kind of did like almost like a little intro to the comic, and it would be called Blackfin. Here they are. Here's the first panel. See if I can get close so you can see. So I started sketching these, and then I took photos of each little panel and posted them on my Instagram story with like text on what would be said during, when, per image. But I'll just tell you what the whole page essentially said. But, so it starts with this little cottage. All right, so it starts saying, there once was a young woman who lived by the sea and dreamed of its depths and the creatures within. Okay, so it's like a far away of like this awesome Victorian, which was definitely inspired by my recent trip to the coast and checking out all the Victorians out there. And as you might notice there's a bay window feature right here. And that's where it zooms in, there's a young woman figure in the bay window. And then the next view is actually her view with her hand on the window looking out. And you can see that there's like a little cliff with some water and a sailboat in the cove there. And then it flips back to her. You can kind of see her. You can see the structure of the bay window again. There's like a little tea set right here. Anyway, so that was the first little panel. Ooh. So there was once a young woman who lived by the sea and dreamed of its depths and the creatures within. So here's the next panel. But she was lost, and I am what remains. Okay, so that's all I have so far. So as you might be able to see, so that's the same young woman kind of standing at the sea cliff there, and then the next panel is of the house, but there's a hand reaching up out of the water, and then this is a view from below what is reaching up, and this is the woman under the water. What do you think's going on? What do you think? You tell me where the story's going. I mean, I have quite extensive notes written on like what's going to happen and whatnot, but anyway, it'd be interesting to see what you guys think about it. And I've been splurging a little bit on books lately. I've picked up quite a few like Victorian home books from Pal's Books in like the used book section. Here we go. Got like the Victorian West. Look at that, oh, so good. And then here's one, Painted Ladies of San Francisco. So that one's just beautiful. Beautiful stuff in here. Just drool-worthy buildings. And then this one I got yesterday. The Victorian Countryside. Look at how beautiful this book is. And this one's neat because it has very old photos and all of this history about Victorian country homes. And so these are going to be great for all of my silly little Victorian inspired illustrations that I've been doing recently, and also will help with the continuation of this little comic book idea I just shared with you, because it does definitely center around the Victorian I was drawing, and it will be in the Victorian, blah, 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 blah. So references help, really, really do. Okay, there's another big project that I'm also super stoked on. I've been friends with a fellow by the name of Fat Von Free for quite some time. I found him through Tumblr, and he's a phenomenal musician, beat maker, guitarist, just like amazing audioscaper, and all his work is very kind of Portisheady feeling. It's very trip hoppy, which is this type of stuff I draw to personally. So anyway, I love his work, and apparently he loves my work, and he recently contacted me specifically about a illustration that I will show you, that he feels really kind of vibes with some of the new work he's about to produce. It has a dark tone to it, and he was just like, this is it. This is what I want for the cover. This is what I want to like visually represent the tone of my new project. And I was just honored and so excited to have somebody I admire support me in this capacity. So super exciting, guys. Oh, any of you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen this already. I post all of my drawings and all my work in progress stuff on Instagram. Instagram is pretty much my like behind the scenes account, and I post on it daily. So check that out at Lucid Rose on Instagram. But anyway, he saw this post on Instagram. It's a creature lady, as always, and she's in the depths of water, and it's dark water. And there is this veiled woman who is fearlessly almost summoning this creature, and she has, you know, a little lantern that's casting light into the depths and kind of revealing this creature below. And it's kind of Starry Night inspired on top, and you can see kind of like, where are we? You know, some wooded tree lines in the background. Yeah, he just really vibed with this illustration and has asked me to do a full canvas painting, acrylic painting on canvas, as well as a half-deck skateboard painting. So I will be getting to that shortly. This is the size of the painting that I'll be doing. And here's the kind of like half decks that I like to paint on. They've got like super thrashed edges. I know some skateboarders in town, and usually they like my stickers, so I'll trade them all their broken decks for a pack of stickers. And so this is what this is. This is what I'm going to paint a rendition on as well. And his main stipulation is that lots of purple, because him and I share a kindred excitement in regards to the color purple. So I think that's it. I think that, well, there's more, but those are the ones that I'm excited about and I wanted to talk to you about. So update video shortly. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment. I really appreciate all of the support and the commissions. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot. So my birthday happened recently, and I know I actually did put it out there on one of my YouTube posts recently, and I got the sweetest birthday card, and it's hand-drawn and hand-colored, and there's like tea inside and a sweet note, and more sweet notes, and just made my day when I grabbed it. And so I just want to say, Wayno, thank you so much. It's the sweetest thing, and I really appreciate it. Thanks for the birthday wishes and the presents, and mahalo indeed. And coming up, projects coming up, I will be doing some screen printing on scarves, because freaking Fall is coming. I mentioned that earlier. I'm super excited about fall and Halloween, and I want to have some cool screen printed Lucid Rose scarves to offer in my Etsy shop. Speaking of Etsy shop, there's a lot of original paintings listed there, and that's also a good place to contact me through the conversations button about any custom art you want created. So that's lucidopticlab.etsy.com. And yeah, Patreon, I'm still doing Patreon, so if you want to support me that way, that's another way you can support me. That's patreon.com/ChelseaRoseArts. And thank you. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking and commenting. And much love. Till next time. Bye.